Whether it's from boredom or emotions, we as Americans tend to overeat. Well, let's face it, eating feels good, right? Until, of course, it causes health issues that put you in real danger. So Dr. Armand Shayatza, known as Dr. Fit for Life, here with some advice for us. And doctor, I feel like I said to you, there are a lot of reasons probably people contribute to overeating.
Robin, that's actually very accurate introduction. We eat for multiple reasons.
Yeah.
But two major reasons that we eat, one is called homeostatic eating or hunger-driven. For example, lunchtime, you're hungry, we eat our sandwich and we feel good.
Right.
Dinner time, you're hungry. That's called homeostatic hunger, nothing to do with pleasure-driven.
Okay.
Other one is called hedonic eating, which is pleasure-driven eating. It's called basically hedonic hunger. If you look at our system, one is we eat to survive. I have to eat my lunch, I have to eat my dinner, that's for survival. But other one is nothing to do with hunger, it's totally pleasure driven. So if you look at the basic concept of our eating, one is homeostatic hunger, we eat to survive, but the other one is hedonic pleasure driven. But what does that mean? So we went to dinner, for example. I consume a nice dinner, 15, 16, 1700 calories. So I'm not biologically hungry.
Okay.
They bring a tray of a dessert. Now suddenly I want a piece of that cheesecake, want a piece of a pie.
Right.
I am not biologically hungry.
No.
I want a pie for the pleasure. And that is the problem. This is called hedonic hunger or pleasure driven.
I feel like Americans fall into this a lot.
Look
right?
at this. Look at this MRI of these 6 subjects. After they consume their cookies. Robin, look at those orange colors.
Right.
That releases the pleasure hormone. Look how happy they are.
Yeah,
they're
thrilled, yeah.
Yeah, they're thrilled. They have a massive amount of dopamine release. Well, the problem is this, if something gives me a pleasure, most likely I'm going to repeat that behavior.
Keep doing
That's
it.
why if I eat a donut, I feel good. Body says, why don't you double the donut? I double the pleasure. Well, that becomes an issue. Most people end up with food addiction, or even I call it sometimes mindless eating. They don't eat because they're hungry. They just eat for the pleasure of it.
You don't even realize,
Absolutely.
you're
Absolutely.
deep into a bag of potato chips before you go.
After dinner.
Where'd it go?
Exactly.
Right,
After
yeah.
dinner. So it's important to understand that there's always 2 forces fighting. Homeostatic hunger, biological hunger. Another one, hedonic hunger, pleasure-driven. But as you mentioned that introduction of the segment, there are other factors that involve why we overeat. We bored, we eat, stressed out, hormonal changes most women experience during the month, social pressure. So when we put together a nutrition weight loss program, Robin, we have to personalize the weight loss program for that individual.
Okay.
Because the reason they eat, the reason is different from one person to another one. That's why one size doesn't fit all, everybody doesn't work that way. That's why when the patient comes in, we have at least 1.5 hour consultation with them. We look at every aspect of why they eat, any behavior connected to hedonic eating we consider. So we design a nutrition and weight loss program that specifically fits that person. That makes them easy to follow, very successful, and gradually they move from pleasure-driven eating to basically homeostatic or biological hunger eating.
And I feel like that's probably the best thing you can say to people is it is geared towards you, because people out there are probably thinking, this is easier said than done, right? How exactly, do I stop
I understand that because nobody runs away from pleasure. That's
Right,
exactly,
right.
that's why we have to understand what's going on. Because if I'm eating that's something me pleasure, then we have to find out what is the cause of that. And by eliminating that, person actually easily, slowly moves from that way of eating on basically mindless eating to the mindful eating, which is basically biologically driven.
Right, which serves a purpose, which keeps us alive and keeps us healthy.
Absolutely, eating is a pleasure. There's nothing wrong with it. When I eat my
Right.
lunch, I'm enjoying it, why I'm actually getting my calorie. But what happens that is the hedonic eating pleasure driven is nothing with that. And that ends up actually, as you mentioned, a lot of calorie intake. People gain actually significant amount of weight just because of that hedonic pleasure. If you don't correct that, nobody succeeds in weight loss program. That's why understanding, putting together that fits that person, makes them really successful to weight loss and actually enjoy good food.
All right, that is it. Dr. Shayatza, of course, it all starts at his nutrition and weight loss clinic here in Dublin. You get a free initial consultation, so visit the website or give them a call today. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Reb.